baby.
To be the man, you've got to be the man.
Boom. Red flag. Woo. All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Ram Report for Thursday. It is Thursday, September 28th. Hope you have yourself a good start to your Thirsty Thursdays. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by your good friends right here at atscalculator.com. And you know what? I said, Thursday Night Football is here. Let's see what the calculator says for Detroit at Green Bay. And I was really surprised with the outcome. I went to the calculator, and it shows Green Bay winning by 10.98. The over-under landing on 46.81. Now, looking at the game here tonight, Detroit favored by 1. 45.5 is the total. And now, looking at the Green Bay record over the year, this season, they've lost. They lost a game by 1 point against Atlanta. They beat New Orleans by 1 point, and they won their first game, right? So you know what? It's we'll see tonight what happens. But atscalculator.com. You want to check it out. You want to crunch the numbers for the NFL week number 4, college football week number 5. In fact, we do have some college football games here tonight, and you can use the ATS calculator. In fact, let me try the calculator right now on Temple against Tulsa. So if I go to Temple right here, and let's go get Tulsa. Okay, 2 teams with T's tonight. So here we go. Temple, Tulsa, and the old survey says we got the away team winning by 1.61, over under at 49.31. Total of that game's at 55.5. That's how the ATS calculator works. Folks, check it out today, atscalculator.com. Also, today's show is brought to you by the 24-hour rule. That's my new book. You can get it online at amazon.com or .ca. You go to the website, atsstats.com, go to learn in the educational component of the website, go to the 24-hour rule, and here's all the content you get with the book. And we talk about the DMVI, the Daily Market Value Index, the type of teams in leagues, A, B, and C type teams, understanding that betting on different sports is a different animal, understanding and utilizing game cycles. Is a team bearish, bullish, or neutral? And learn about the strength of schedule in the 24-hour rule. Folks, check out this book today, Master the Art of 24-hour rule, and you can today by ordering this book at amazon.com or .ca. And you know what? I want to thank everybody who's bought the book so far, and so far so good. Got some good feedback on the book, and hopefully it's going to help you with your sports handicapping. All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good night wherever you're located on the World Wide Web. My name is Ron Raymond. I'm a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Going into my 27th year of the rodeo. Yeah, that's the sports handicapping field. And my first ever website was called phoenixsports.com, affectionately known as the PST to my loyal subscribers who've been following the PST, and now they come over to ATS Stats where I hang my hat. I thought, you know what, today's a college football day, and I thought I'd wear my Michigan hat today. Hey, I try to do a theme of the show, so NFL, Major League Baseball, so college football Thursday, might as well put on a Michigan hat, and we'll talk about that in just a few minutes. But before we talk to the college football and Major League Baseball, let's learn more about the Ram Report sports betting handicapping tip sheet, which you can get here each and every day. In fact, I'll break down tonight's game between the Lions and the Green Bay Packers utilizing the Raymond Report sports handicapping tip sheet. Folks, it's more stats you can shake a stick at, and and sometimes you'll be looking at this and you'll be going, man, this is a lot of information. And what we're trying to do is give you enough indicators so that way you get enough confidence to lean towards one certain side or total. And at the end of the day, what do you want to get?
I want winners.
And we'll give you some winners using the Ram Report tip sheet. Now, the Ram Report is based on value, percentage play, performance cycles, player availability, and a money management system. And folks, you got to invest into your habits. And if you are investing, what kind of investor are you? Are you a short-term investor? Are you a weekend warrior? Or are you here for the long game? You know what? Now this is the long game time now, because NBA is around the corner. NHL preseason's here. NFL, college football, CFL. Man, October October is going to be a very, very busy month. And if you're going to be doing some sports handicapping, you need tools in the toolbox, and you need the Raymond Report, because it's going to help you hopefully clear out the muddy waters and help you with your sports handicapping needs. And always remember, the two key principles of the Raymond Report is based on value and the percentage play. And I'm going to do a little exercise here today on value in college football, and you're really going to enjoy this segment when I get the value report. Now, some of my golden rules of sports betting. Number one, the sports book's not your friend. The faster you realize all these bonuses they give you and all the these feel good emails, they're not your friends. Hey, you got to have this mentality. Like Mike Tyson says, everybody has a game plan to get punched in the mouth, and you want to punch your sports book in the mouth. And just remember, they are not your friends. It's you against the bookmaker. It's your number against their number. Less is more, and the sooner you realize, I don't need to bet 15 games on a college football Saturday. I just need one winner to make money. And also the understanding the A, B's, and C's. The A, B's, and C's of sports betting.
These are the ABCs of me, baby.
Yeah, 6A type teams are teams with a 60 or higher win percentage. You want to follow those teams. Teams with a B type team in the Raymond Report, those are teams with a 50 to 59.9 win percentage. And C type teams, those are teams like an old high school sweetheart. You know they're going to break your heart when you bet on them most of the time. And those are teams with a 49.9 or lower losing record. And you want to avoid betting on teams in a bearish cycle. A bearish cycle means the team is either 0-7, 1-6, or 2-5 in high volume sports. And in football, teams that are 0-3, you want to try to avoid those teams, right? Maintain a disciplined money management system, and you can follow that chart right here. If you go to the Raymond Report, I give you a lot of examples on what it takes to make money, and you want to maybe invest in that. And guys, you know what? If you go to the website and you want to learn about sports handicapping, this is the section for you, right? The 24-hour rule of the book, Sports Betting 101, Mastering Sports Betting. There's a 12-article series on basically sports betting and how you can get better as a sports investor. I hate using the word gambler, right? Because you know what? Gamble means it's 50-50, but you're investing. Yeah, investing is also 50-50, but at least you're going in with knowledge, with tools, and you're knowing what you're doing, right? So be an investor. Avoid beginner's mistake. You want to see that. If you're new to sports betting and you want to learn about the beginner's mistake, check this out. Avoid beginner's mistake. And here's the Raymond Report system brought to you by right here, your friends at atsstats.com. All right, got a good show lined up for you guys here today. As I said, top of the morning, I see Mitchell Watson in the house. Good morning, Coach. Good morning, Mitchell. Scott Christensen's in the house. I like Green Bay at home tonight, says Scott. And his other friend named Scott. Hey, this is a beam me up Scotty type show here today with all these Scotties. I went out this morning. I got my eye tested. Hey, reading the lines wrong. So I figured, you know what? I'm seeing the lines all crooked. I better get my eye tested. But no, it's my 2-year checkup. So I went to get my checkup. Thank God things are good. I can still don't need a new prescription. But you know, they put those dappers in your eyes and you see the sun. It's like God's flashlight just coming out of the optometrist. And man. Yeah, so a little blurry here this morning. All these the cameras on my eyes right here. So so I'm seeing a little bit blurry, but hopefully my pics are not blurry, right? But good show lined up for you guys here today. And before we do, we always kick it off feeding the ponies, and let's go to I think we're going to Churchill Downs. Also got a Tim Hortons coffee this morning. It wouldn't be a Canadian show without a Timmy's, right? All right, let's go to the horses. Solo Rider's in the house. Good morning, Solo Rider. Oh, they're off and running today at Churchill Downs. In fact, you know what? I think I forgot to generate that tip sheet. So just give me 1 second to my horse racing fans. And did I not generate Churchill Downs? You know, I didn't generate Churchill Downs. So I'm going to generate Churchill Downs. But for a bonus, let's go to the premium tip sheet. And then once we get to the premium tip sheet today, let's go to, let me see, here's the 28th. Yeah, let's go to my home track, Woodbine. And then I'll come back to Churchill Downs once I generate the stats for Churchill Downs. All right, today at Woodbine, the first race at 4:40 Eastern. It's 116 miles on the inner turf, and I'm going to recommend 514 today at Woodbine Racetrack in Toronto. And the number 5 horse, Erasmus Girl, Kimura taking a ride here on Erasmus Girl, and the 5 horse is 8-5 morning line. The number 1 horse, A Gal for TJ, RM Hernandez taking a ride on A Gal for TJ, so 7-2 morning line. And Text Me Up with Salas taking a ride here on Text Me Up, the 4 horse, 5-2 morning line. And your value play, your Joker's Wild selection is the number 2 horse, Forrester's Princess, Munger taking a ride on the number 2 horse, 8-1 morning line. Now, if you're going to play an exacta today at Woodbine, 5-1-1-4-4-2 exacta box. And if you're going to play a trifecta, 5-1-4-2-1-4 trifecta box. Always remember to box those horses. And let's go to your free tip sheet of the day. Hey, I can walk and chew bubblegum at the same time. See, I was giving you guys the Woodbine picks, and I was able to generate the Churchill Downs. Wow, man, talk about double tasking right there. Hey, when you're a one-man show, like I said, everybody who watches the show every day, I mop the floors, I do security at night as well. All right, so race number 1 today at Churchill Downs is $16,000 maiden claiming race, 5 p.m. post time, 116 miles on the dirt. And today at Churchill Downs, I'm going to recommend 735 today at Churchill Downs. Salsalita Verde with Morales taking a ride on the number 7 horse. Remember, I got my eyes thing, so my eyes are a little bit blurry this morning. Number 3 horse, Proud Performer with J.A. Torres taking a ride on Proud Performer. And the number 5 horse, Malibu Smart. Malibu Smart, I like that name. That's a cool name for a horse. Malibu Smart, around the outside, coming down the stretch, and down the stretch he comes. Malibu Smart at 7-2 morning line. And the Joker's Wild, your value play into race number 1 today at Churchill Downs is the 6 horse, Catherine Blaze with Bergerano taking a ride on the number 6 horse, Catherine Blaze, 12-1 morning line. 735 at race number 1 today at Churchill Downs. It's a $16,000 claiming race, and hopefully we can make you some money. Look at that, Proud Performer, 20-1 morning line on the 3 horse. And you know what? If you're going to do an exacta at Churchill Downs in race number 1, I'm going to recommend 7-3, 3-5, 5-6, or you go to the trifecta, 7-3-5, 6-3-5 trifecta box. And hopefully you guys can make some money today using the tip sheet right here at atsstats.com. I'm doing great, says Scott. I'm doing great. That's awesome. It's great to hear that you're doing great, and hopefully everybody's doing great. And there's Daryl Turner and his other brother Daryl. Hey, the little Newhart reference right there. All my Newhart fans. Hey, this is Daryl, my other brother Daryl. All right, hello bullpen. How are we doing today? Mitchell Watson is asking, and hello everyone. F for fantastic is in the house. Good morning, teacher. Class is in session, and you know what? I do have a here just for you there. Let me see, Ms. Solo Rider. Here you go. This is for you.
Good morning, Vietnam!
There you go, Solo Rider. Good morning, and hopefully you're having a top of the morning for to start the day, and hope you got a Tim Hortons like I do. All right, that's one thing when you do the show. You gotta sip on your Tim Hortons. If not, it becomes ice cold. All right, let's get on with the show, and let's go see how the favorites did yesterday in Major League Baseball. Let's get a little Harry Carey in here.
Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey from Wrigley Field on a beautiful day for baseball.
Yes, Harry, it will be a beautiful day for baseball because today it is September 28th, and look at the favorites yesterday in Major League Baseball. Ooh, Blue Jays. Hey, Toronto Blue Jays. Where's my Joe Namath?
Struggling.
Big time struggling. 11-4 last night for the favorites. Not for the Blue Jays, that's for sure. The Yankees. That's why I couldn't put on my Yankee hat today. Hey, I know you guys are wondering, how come he doesn't have his Yankee hat on today? It's college football Thursday. I thought I'd give the Yankees a break and put on my Michigan hat. Yeah, 11-4 for the favorites last night in Major League Baseball. 5-10 to the under. 7-8 for the road underdogs on the road line. On the road, not the road underdogs, the run line underdogs. And you can see if you're betting, guys, I know you're, again, I got to get a soundbite that has like a broken record. If you're not betting run line in Major League Baseball this year, well, you missed a great opportunity to make money. And hopefully if you're following my picks, even though we did lose last night's run line with the Boston Red Sox, the Major League Baseball pick packs yesterday went 3-0. If you're a member of atsstats.com and you go right here and you go to picks, MLB picks, and you played these 3 selections last night, well, you're smiling like a butcher's dog this morning because you made some money, and that's what we're trying to do, right? What do we want, Mike?
I want winners.
Yeah, all right. Let me know if you're out there, and if you're in the bullpen, let me know who you like tonight or this weekend in college football, and I'm going to go through the college football right after I do Major League Baseball, because you know what? We only got 1 week of baseball left, and then it gets really fun, eh? And then it gets really fun. Let's hope the Blue Jays can make it. Man, if they keep playing like they are, they'll be teeing off at Glen Abbey there next week. All right, let's go to the first game today. We only got a handful of games today in Major League Baseball. You got the Tigers taking on the Royals, and you have Sawyer Gibson Long going here for the Detroit Tigers. He'll be up against Cole Reagans of the Kansas City Royals, and we got the Royals winning this game here, 4.1 to 3.8. The over-under at 8, so we do have this game going over the total. And looking at the last 10 games for both these teams, Kansas City, I told you guys 2 days ago, you got hot at the wrong time. 8-2 right now in the last 10, while the Tigers, not bad, 6-4 also. All right, Daryl says Longhorns are worried about the Jayhawks in week number 5. They'll definitely do their job. Let's go for the Texas Longhorn. You know what, Daryl? I took your advice at the beginning of the year, and I got the Texas Longhorn. I believe it was plus. Let me see. Look at my account right now, my history. And I took your advice, and I got Texas. Actually, no, you got to go to Open Bets. Texas Longhorn at plus. Where's the Texas Longhorn? There, 1806. So, yeah, I want to thank you, Daryl. We'll see if if anything, we'll have a good hedging opportunity maybe, right? All right, but, yeah, so let's see if the Longhorns can, you know what? This just in, I like Kansas this weekend, plus 16.5. What is it, 16.5 I got? Oakland taking on the Minnesota Twins. The Twinkies, a 250 favorite in this one. The over-runner's at 8. And look at this. You very rarely do you see the forecast give you, like, exact scores. Normally you look, it's 4.8 or 4.5. Very rarely you see like a straight 5 to 4 with the total is 9. Holy God, you don't see that too often. And yeah, so we got the Twinkies winning today, but Oakland, you know what, lost 6-4 yesterday. Maybe Oakland run line today might be worth a look, but maybe not, because they're on a 3-game losing streak, while the Twinkies on a 3-game winning streak. Arizona taking on the Chicago White Sox. The D-backs going to send Bryce Jarvis to the mound against Touki Toussaint of the Chicago White Sox. White Sox fans are not happy this year, and I wouldn't be either, with a 60-98 record. Man, it went downhill really quick for White Sox fans. And for the Arizona Diamondbacks, let's be honest, Arizona, if you guys remember in April, I said I loved I wish I can bring up the April podcast. If you guys recall, I said this starting pitcher, I remember Bumgarner was the only one that got, he got bummed out, literally. But you know what? We said at the beginning of the year, this Arizona starting pitching staff is a decent pitching staff to really win a lot of games. And sure enough, Arizona having a great season, 84-74. Maybe great's a strong word, but a very good season at 84-74. 8-2 in the last 10, coming off a 3-0 win yesterday against the Chi Sox. And today, Bryce Jarvis up against Touki Toussaint. And look at that. We got an upset here on the analytics. I'm not sure about this, though. 4.8 to 4.5. The over-under at 9.36. But you know what? That's why they call them computer picks. Pittsburgh taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. Man, the Bucks came back. Didn't Pittsburgh have like a 7-0 lead or a 6-0 lead in that game yesterday? I thought I saw at one point it was like 5-0 or 6-0. I said, oh, you know what? Man, that looks like a good underdog play. And sure enough, look at the Phillies. Hey, remember I said the Phillies, Arizona, and what was the other team I gave you guys? Oh, yeah, Tampa Bay as my gold, silver, and bronze pick to win the World Series. Philly looking like last year, getting hot at the right time. 8-2 in their last 10, while the Bucks 5-5. And we're going to go with Zach Wheeler over Luis Ortiz today at the Citizen Bank Park. First pitch tonight, 6:05 Eastern. This baseball report brought to you by Tim Hortons. All right, let's see. Boston Red Sox taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Now, the Orioles, hey, what a great season they've had. Now, there's a great team in the Baltimore Orioles. One more win today. They get to the old 100 mark, right? They get to the 100 mark, so 99-59. So they got a Gretzky. They're hanging a Gretzky right now in the standings. And for the Boston Red Sox, yeah, thanks for showing up this year. A 5-0 loss last night to the Tampa Bay Rays. Today, Chris Sale is going up against Dean Kramer of the, is it Kramer or Kremer? Hey, I think it's Kramer. All right, against Dean Kramer. And we do have the Boston Red Sox. Look at that. 3.79 to 3.7, the over-under at 7.49. Maybe the over is where you want to go today at Camden Yards. Yankees taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays. Oh, boy. Struggling big time. Blue Jays now on a 2-game losing streak. They got to win 1 game to salvage this. They're going to lose the series, but they don't want to get swept. And today, Luke Weaver going up against Chris Bassett of the Toronto Blue Jays. I'm going to give the Blue Jays here a 63.2% chance of winning compared to 30.7 for the Yankees. Blue Jays need to get their bats together here. Their offense is MIA right now, and I had them listed at minus 146 on my value index, and you got the Blue Jays today at minus 185. So bookmakers really thinking the Blue Jays are going to get that W here today, but we'll see. And we do lean with the Blue Jays. On the computer pick, 5.3 to 3.9, the over-under at 9.3. So we do have this game flying over the total today at the old Rogers Sky Dome. All right, Miami Marlins taking on the New York Mets. You got Jesus Luzardo up against David Peterson, the lefty. And we do like the Marlins in this one as a 135 favorite. 4.1 to 3.8, the over-under at 8.04. So we do have this game going over the total. Looking at the last 10 games for the Marlins, 6-4 straight up, 6-3-1 to the over, while the Mets, they are 4-6, 5-5 when it comes to the over-under. Your Kogo tonight is at 56%. Kogo stands for chance of game going over the total. Speaking of baseball, who do you guys like to win the World Series? Love to hear what you guys think. Who's going to win the World Series? Give us your selection. Give us your gold, silver, and bronze pick in the bullpen. So if you go into the bullpen right now, say, hey, Ron, you know what? My gold pick to win the World Series, Tampa Bay. My silver pick is the Philadelphia Phillies, and my bronze pick, my long shot, is Arizona. There you go. Those are my three. Those are my 3 podium winners for this year. All right, Chicago Cubs taking on the Atlanta Braves. The Braves 102-56 on the year. Minus 148 is the line here tonight. AJ Smith-Sayer against Marcus Stroman. The Stroman's back, and the Stro Show's back. So let's see if Marcus can lead the guys to victory here tonight. Minus 148 is the line on the Chop Shop. 5.2 to 4.4 for Atlanta. The over-under at 9.73. So we do have this game flying over the total, and looking at the over for the Atlanta Braves. 8-2 to the over last 10 games. St. Louis taking on the Milwaukee Brewers. The Brew Crew coming off a 3-2 win last night, and they are now 89-69 on the season. 5-5 last 10. Corbin Burns going up against Dakota Hudson, and we do like the Brew Crew to win today. 4.4 to 3.49, the over-under at 7.97. So we do have it going under the total today at Miller Park. LA Dodgers taking on the Rockies. We got the Dodgers winning 7.2 to 5.3, the over-under at 12.58. And you got the starting pitcher, former Tampa Bay Rays, Ryan Yarbrough, against Chris Flexen, former Mariner. And we'll see be flexing for a win here tonight. And you got Texas, Seattle. Oh boy, Seattle. Struggling a bit. 8-3 loss last night. 4-6 in the last 10. And I know one team. I know one fan base is cheering for Texas tonight, and that's the Toronto Blue Jays. And we do have the Mariners winning, though, 4.2 to 3.8, the over-under at 8.17. So we do have this game going over the total tonight at T-Mobile Park. Today's podcast for baseball brought to you by the ATS Stats Raymond Report, and you can get the Raymond Report today here at atsstats.com. All right, let's get to your Monday night action tonight, and then we'll get into the 155 college football games. Scott Christensen, all right, this is a good one. So his number one, his gold pick is the Atlanta Braves to win the World Series. His silver pick is the Houston Astros, and hey, the Baltimore Orioles, the bronze pick. You know what? That's not bad, Scott. I do like that Orioles pick as your long shot. And hey, nobody expected them to win the American League East, right? So hey, I like those selections. Keep them coming, folks. Let's get those gold, silver, and bronze Major League World Series picks out there, and let's share them with the audience. All right, let me see here. Let's go to Monday Night Football, and yeah, let's skip the ads. A little Tim Horton break right here, so it doesn't get ice cold. And Lambeau Field tonight, when you look at the Packers, they're coming in as a home underdog. Man, like I said the other night, when was the last time the Packers been a home underdog to the Detroit Lions, right? 45.5 is the total, and we're going to lean on the computer forecast Now, again, every time I give you guys forecasts, these are indicators. This is based on 14 previous games in the database on certain teams from the past in 1983 that are in identical situations that these two teams are in tonight, and this was the average score. So take it what it's worth, take it with a grain of salt. I got 24.7, 21.3 for the Lions, the over-under landing on 46.14. And Who's Mizzou says he's got to lean on the Lions and over. Daryl Turner likes the Lions money line and over tonight, says Daryl. And CFL, yeah, we'll get to the CFL action. Yeah, I'll be at the game on Saturday with the Ottawa Red Blacks taking on the Les Alouettes de Montréal. All right, looking at the last 5 games, well, there hasn't been 5 games. There have been 3 games. Both these teams coming in 2-1 tonight. And don't look now, but the Green Bay Packers 3-0 against the point spread, 2-1 for the Lions. Matt LaFleur, Dan Campbell, good head coaching matchup right there. You know what? When you look at this offense for Green Bay and you got Jordan Love now, the quarterback, coaching matters. I'm sorry, but yeah, you guys know I'm a coach and you guys know this, but coaching does matter. And you got really 2 different style coaches here tonight, right? You got Dan Campbell. I don't know if he's how much an X and O guy is, but I know you probably want to run through a brick wall for the guy because he'll motivate you to hell. And then you got, Matt LaFleur, more of a quiet, like a brainiac, X and O type guy. And I think, from an X and O standpoint, very good scheming up his game plan against teams. And Detroit, you know what? They've been getting better. The Detroit Lions have been getting better every year since Campbell has taken them over. And who knows, going in tonight, this is a coin flip in my view, right? You look at the last 3 games for the Lions, that was a big win. And I think that win, wasn't it in Atlanta? No, it was at home against the Falcons. 20-6 was the final. And then they played Seattle 31-37. Then they went in Arrowhead on Thursday Night Football, opening night, and go to Arrowhead and beat the Chiefs 21-20. Now, they've had the luxury of staying at home the last 2 games, right? So they beat Atlanta, which is a really good football team this year. They're getting better. Seattle, you know what? Geno Smith, I know everybody doesn't think he can do the job, but all he does is go in and win football games. And Seattle's doing a really good job out of the gate. Good coach in Pete Carroll. So Arthur Smith is with the Falcons. So you know what? Detroit not beating chopped liver here. They're beating some good teams. And for the Packers, 18-17 against the Saints, a 1-point game. 24-25 against the Falcon, another 1-point game. And then they beat the Bears. Well, hey, the Bears. Hey, I start chuckling when I say the Bears.
The Bears are what we thought they were. What we thought they were.
Yeah, we know what they thought they were. The Bears were what we thought they were, and they're not that good. Scott Christensen, 78% of the money is on the under tonight in the game between the Packers and the Lions. So, you know what? Looking at the Green Bay Packers, and when I see 2 games that result in a 1-point deficit, or not deficit, or a 1-point game, that to me, that's coaching. That is absolutely 100% coaching, because they know from a scheming point of view or from a strategy point of view, they don't have the weapons on offense to get in these shootouts. So they're playing strategic football, field position football, making sure that if you're going to score on us, you're going to go 80 yards. We're not going to give you a short field. You're going to have to really, earn your points. And that's what's happening. Same thing with the Saints. The same thing with the Saints. And when you got rookie quarterbacks or young quarterbacks, I wouldn't say rookie because Jordan Love's not a rookie. But when you got young quarterbacks, you're trying to put them in a position to be successful. And you're trying to really... if you're in a passing play, you're trying to gain them confidence. And the way you do that with quarterbacks, you throw them a bubble, you throw them a hitch, you throw them a screen. You got to get them in sequence. You got to get them in rhythm. And then you can go deep. Take your shot. You run a 14-yard dig. You can run a corner route. So what you're doing is Matt LaFleur is doing with Jordan Love. He's just getting into the comfort level. So in his mind that he's got his confidence, right? So I really like how the Packers are managing Jordan Love in the offense right now. And you can see 25-24, 18-17. Like nobody, I can tell you from a coach, these are Pepto-Bismol games, right? When you get into these type of games, it's all about halftime adjustments. So you know what could be a really good, interesting factor tonight? depending what the score is at halftime, I think LaFleur makes great halftime adjustments. So keep an eye out on that. If the Packers are an underdog at halftime tonight for the second half line, you might want to consider that because he's really good at making halftime adjustments. All right, let's take a look at some of the stats and trends. Hey, look at that. Playing on a Thursday on the road and going back to 83. Detroit is 3-0 against the point spread. Not enough occurrences, but, facts are facts, ma'am, right? Facts are facts. And look at the under. A lot of things coming on the under tonight. And if you go to the ATS stats, look at the Packers too, under. Yeah, a lot of unders here. Home team, Thursday night, 5-5 for the Packers at home on Thursday nights. And so you know what? Not a lot of stats. In fact, let me go to the Rain Report, and then I'll get to College Football Thursday. It's supposed to be a College Football Thursday, and we're into the show for a half hour. I haven't said one thing about college football yet. Hey, gotta change the theme of College Football Thursday. Feels like it's an NFL Thursday in Major League Baseball. All right, look at all these stats and trends. Wow. Anytime the Packers are home team versus a division opponent before a non-division game, coming off a national conference game, NFC game, and they're coming off an under, 11-3 straight up, 12-2 against the point spread, and with Detroit's a picking the 1-3 favorite after a non-division game, coming off an ATS win, 10-2 and 9-2-1 against the point spread. So those stats brought to you by the Rain Report. Again, folks, go to atsstats.com, go to matchup. In the pull-down menu, go to the NFL game of your choice, and you can get all these stats and trends. And again, we have more stats you can shake a stick at right here at the website. All right, let's get to your college football forecast. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to get more Tim Hortons here because there's a lot of college football games. Hey, there's a lot of college football games. 78% on the money. Daryl Turner says CFL pick time. Blue Bombers first half spread or money line. Lions over the Stamps under. Alouettes spread or money line, says Daryl Turner and his other brother Daryl. All right, let's get to college football, and let's go through those 150 games right now. And let me get one sip. All right, this segment brought to you by Tim Hortons. All right, here we go. Temple taking on Tulsa. I got Tulsa winning this one, 36-25. The over-under at 61.6. I got Middle Tennessee taking on Western Kentucky. I got the Hilltoppers beating the Blue Raiders, 31-24. The over-under at 55.9. This one here, I don't like see, this total's messing up. So 9.1 to 6.9, that's not going to happen. So I'll just get on to the next one. Cincinnati against BYU. Man, this is a tight one, and this game will be played at BYU. So so 25.05 to 24.1. The over/under at 49.2. So we do have this one staying under the total. And BYU, look at that, coming off a tough loss, 38-27 last game against Kansas. Louisville taking on NC State. We got the Wolfpack losing to the Cardinals, 30-22. The over/under at 52.7. I got Louisiana Tech over UTEP. Actually, no, look at that. Very close. 26.9 for UTEP, 26.1 for the Bulldogs. Over/under at 53.09. So another game to go over. Utah taking on Oregon State. I got the Beavers beating the Utes. Did you say Utes? Yep. 23-20. The over/under at 44.5. I got the Buffalo Bulls, not the Bills, taking on Akron. Akron, tough loss against Indiana Hoosier last game, 29-27. And we do have the Zip winning this one, 27-26. The over/under at 54.2. We got Penn State taking on Northwestern. I got the Nittany Lions 36, Wildcats 17. Over/under at 54.1. The Gators taking on Kentucky. That'll be a good game. It's -1 is the line, 44 is the total. I got the Wildcats winning by 2, 24-22. The over/under at 47.5. South Alabama, the Jaguars taking on James Madison, and I got James Madison winning 26-25. The over/under landing on 51.4. Clemson, Syracuse. Now, you know what? Be careful in this game. I know a lot of people are leaning towards Syracuse, but they think that Dabo Swinney and the Tigers not looking good. Look who's Clemson has played, right? So they played Florida State last game, 31-24. Syracuse, who they played, right? Army last game, and they're coming off a win. I say be very careful. 29-21, the over/under at 51.3. Texas A&M against Arkansas. I got the Aggies winning against the Razorbacks, 28-24, the over/under at 52.8. Utah State, the Aggies 28, Yukon 25, the over-under landing on 53.8. I like the Yukon. I like the Huskies here as my upset special. I'm giving it to you right now. That's my underdog play of the week, Yukon. Southern California, the USC Trojans against Colorado. Boy, there's a game of the week right there. 12 noon, 10 a.m. Eastern for the people in the East time zone. So my time zone, it'll be at 12. Well, no, it'll be 12 here. It'll be 10 for them. So Central, right? Or no, not Central. Mountain time. There we go. We'll get it. 46-24 I've got as the final. So you know what? Tighter than the experts predict here on the number. They got our computer pick likes the Trojans to win. I think Colorado maybe this week could be the play. I think Colorado. I'm going to show you guys something when I do the perception versus reality segment, and you'll see what I'm going to show you guys. Look at the total. 70.8 is the total. All right, college football. Daryl Turner says Middle Tennessee over. Tulsa to win over, Jacksonville State spread, Louisville spread and under, Louisiana Tech on the spread, Utah spread and under, and Cincinnati under. Blue Jays at home, leaving 3.6 runner in scoring position, Scott says. Sixth worst in Major League Baseball. New York Yankees, the same on the road. Weaver, Bassett, two decent bullpens, 61 Kogo, but lots of under trends. Yep. All right, so we do like Trojans to win 46-24. We got the Blazers taking on the Green Wave, Tulane, 42. Alabama, UAB, 17. The over-under at 59.4. I got the Raging Cajuns taking on the Minnesota Golden Gophers. I got Minnesota winning 28-19. The over-under at 47.7. I got Eastern Michigan against the Chippewas. I got the Chippewas winning here. Central Michigan, 28. Eastern Michigan, 20. I got Virginia taking on Boston College. Boston College, 27. Virginia, 26. The over-under at 54.3. So we do have Virginia covering the spread against Boston College. Miami taking on Kent State, the Golden Flash, a 14.5-point home underdog. And I got Miami of Ohio winning 34-16, the over-under at 51.4. Arizona State taking on Cal. I like Cal in this spot. 31-21 for the Golden Bears, over-under at 52.3. Navy taking on South Florida. I got the Midshipmen winning this one, 29-23, the over-under at 52.9. I got Northern Illinois taking on the Toledo Rockets. Man, the MAC team, I think Toledo's the team to beat in the MAC. 26-21, the over-under at 48.3. And we do have this game going under the total of 48.3. Look at that. Tight total here between Northern Illinois and Toledo. Ball State taking on Western Michigan. I got -1 as a line. 26-25 for the Broncos. Over-under at 51.4. Arkansas State against UMass. I got Arkansas State winning 28-27. The over-under at 56.5. Illinois taking on, what's the total in that game? 55.5. All right, we got it going over. Illinois taking on Purdue. We got the Boilermakers winning as a 1-point favorite, 27.2 to 27.1. The over-under at 54.4. I got Houston taking on Texas Tech. I got the Red Raiders beating the Cougars 34-19. The over-under at 53.6. Still got to get that logo change. Bowling Green taking on Georgia Tech. I got the Yellow Jackets winning 36-12, the over-under at 49.3. Georgia Bulldogs taking on Auburn. I got the Bulldogs as a 14.5-point road favorite in this spot. 31-15, the over-under at 46.7. So we do have it going over the total. Indiana taking on Maryland. I got the Terrapins winning 34-17, the over-under listed here at 51.3. So we do have it going over the total. I'm thinking under 5.5, first 5 Jays and Yankees, says Christian Bailey. All right. Michigan taking on the Nebraska Cornhuskers, and I believe that's the first game that Jim Harbaugh will be back. You know what? I'm going to regenerate the stat. It's not going to be 11-8, so let me regenerate this stat. Maybe this was a late line release. Sometimes what happens when you see a score like this and the line was late, I got to regenerate the stat. So after the show, I'll regenerate it, and then I'll talk it tomorrow on NFL football. Kansas taking on Texas. I got the Longhorns winning 38-23, the over-under at 61.9. I do like the Jayhawks to keep it close this weekend, and you can see they're a 16.5-point home favorite. You got Old Dominion taking on Marshall. I got the Thunder and Herd 29, and the Monarchs, Old Dominion Monarchs, and 13.7, the over-under at 43.1. Baylor taking on Central Florida. I got Central Florida 29. The Bears at 20.7, the over-under at 50.42. So we do like it going over the total. And there's Scott Christensen's Wyoming Cowboys as a 14-point home favorite. and 41.5 the total. Against New Mexico, the Lobos, I got 30.5 to 14.1, the over-under at 44.7. Hawaii taking on UNLV. I got the Rebels winning 35-23, over-under at 58.4. Don't look now, but UNLV 4-0 against the point spread. 4-0 against point spread. Missouri taking on Vanderbilt. I got the Tigers winning 33-23, the over-under at 56.9. I got Boise State taking on Memphis. I got the Tigers winning by 3 here, 29.7, 26.2, the over-under at 55.9. LSU against Ole Miss. I got the Rebels 31. I got Louisiana State 34. So I got the Tigers winning by 3 by a field goal, and their 2.5 is the line. 66.62 as the total. So we do have it going under the total of 67. Man, these totals are so tight. Oregon taking on the Cardinal. I got Stanford 24, but I got Oregon 48. We'll see how they do. If there's a letdown spot here for the Ducks on the road after an emotional win against Colorado, hey, that might have taken a lot out of those players emotionally. So we'll see if Stanford can keep it close. Troy taking on Georgia State. I got the Panthers 26.1. I got Troy Trojans 26.7. So I do have an upset right there. I got East Carolina against Rice. I got Rice winning 25-23, the over-under at 48.3. Texas State against Southern Miss. I got the Bobcats winning 33-27, the over-under at 61.4. Iowa State against Oklahoma. I got the Sooners 32, the Cyclones 13, the over-under at 45.8. And Coastal Carolina, the Chanticleers against Georgia Southern. And I do have Georgia Southern winning this one, 30.9 to 28.2, the over-under at 59.1. Duke taking on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, another emotional. And here's the thing, Duke, big tough game against Ohio State. The Buckeyes hung on to win. But Notre Dame, the thing is, whenever you face a top 5 team like Ohio State, are they battered and bruised into the next game? Like when you play the big boys, and I can tell you from experience that the trenches takes a beating in those big conference games. Like Notre Dame, Ohio State, that game was won in the trenches. We'll see if the offense and defensive line from Notre Dame, how they're going to do this weekend after a big physical matchup last week against Ohio State. Keep an eye on that. You know what? The line is telling you, for me, from my experience, I think Duke is the play here at plus 5.5. Now, we do have Notre Dame winning 26-23. Keep in mind now, they're on the road after a big loss against Ohio State. We'll see what happens this weekend. But I do like Notre Dame to win a tight one, but I think it might be closer than the experts predict. Michigan State taking on Iowa. Yeah, another game I got to redo. 11-6. Yeah, it might be 11-6. Who knows? Charlotte against SMU. I got the Mustangs 39, 49ers 16. I don't know. It just sounds weird when you talk about a team that has the same NFL name, right? The Charlotte 49ers. I don't know. It doesn't sound too collegiate. Hey, South Carolina against the Volunteers. I got Tennessee winning 39-24, the over-under at 64.07. Appalachian State taking on UL Monroe. I got UL Monroe losing to the Mountaineers 37.8 to 24.6. San Diego State 16, Air Force 24. West Virginia 21, TCU 24, over-under at 46.3, under the total of 52. Pitt taking on Virginia Tech. I got the Panthers winning by 22.9 to 20.8, the over-under at 43.7. Alabama roll tide against Mississippi State, 31.3, 15.9, the over-under at 47.3. The Huskies beating Arizona, 39.7 to 22.5, the over-under at 62.7. I got the Bulldogs, Fresno State taking on the Nevada Wolfpack, and I got the Bulldogs winning 40.7 to 16.1, the over-under at 56.8. Woo! Man, that was a lot of football scores. Yeah, brought to you by Tim Hortons. Wow, that was a lot. All right, here's one I want to show you guys. So let me go to the website. Love App State says Daryl Turner. SMU might cover. Notre Dame versus Duke over. Like Georgia Southern says Daryl, and he likes Texas State, the Bobcats, and he loves Air Force says Daryl Turner. All right, you know what? We'll have to keep an eye on that. So here's what I want to show you guys. So you go to your dashboard, and what you're going to do, like, here's the thing. You guys hear me talk about this all the time. Perception versus reality, right? And if you go to your value report card right here, And what you want to do, let's go to college football, and it might take a few seconds to bring it up. Good thing you got the big cup of Timmy's. Actually, it's a medium cup. I got a medium cup this week. I always take medium. I think large is too much. Sometimes small is not enough, right? I'm a middle of the pack type of guy. All right, let me see here. So I'm just going to wait for the college football. And here's what, if you go to the website, that's the value index, and I'll show you that in a second. But if you go to your report card, and this is a really good tool to use when you got 150 college football games. You know, I say it all the time on this show, right? You got like 100 games in college football. You need a process of elimination. Like, you have to have a system that you believe in, and then in your system, there's a process of elimination. I'm going to show you another process of elimination in just 1 second. A really good way to dwindle down. Say you got like, and we do. Hey, we've all been there. You look at the college football weekend, and you're saying, man, I hate this. I got like 15 picks that I really like. Then you boil it down to 10, and you say, man, I got 10 picks, but I don't feel like spending $1,000 on, say $100 a game or whatever your unit is, right? So you're saying, how do I dwindle it down to like 3 picks, right? I'm going to show you a couple of ways on how you can do a process of elimination to boil it down to your best picks, right? The number one, here's one of the tools that I like to use, is that it's the report card. And what you're doing in the report card is it's a snapshot of all the games, and it gives you an idea. So here, Temple against Tulsa. Tulsa's 3.5. Over under is 55.5. All right, so that's the you got a B-type team with a 50 to 59.9 win percentage against a C-type team. Right? Like an old high school sweetheart, you know they're going to break your heart. Teams with losing records. The percentage play, 75.8% chance of winning for Tulsa, 20.6 for Temple, based on previous games in the database. The actual forecast of the game, 36-25, favoring Tulsa. All right, the home record. Now, here's the thing. As you guys know, we only keep track of line games, right? I don't keep track of Hofstra and all those. It's just for when you're a one man show. There's only so many of me I can go around for in 24 hours, right? So the home and away record. Now, what's the record against Tulsa against B-type teams this year? Well, it looks like they haven't played them at home, but I'll show you another way you can get that record. So let's say, if I go to my strength of schedule database, all right, let's go to SOS and let's go to college football. And Tulsa, let me see, with a B-type team. They're facing a B-type team. So let's go to Tulsa. All right, Tulsa at home against those B-type teams. And let's say if there's 10 occurrences. I don't think there'll be 10. Yeah, we got 1. All right, so only 1. So maybe that's a bad. Let's do any occurrence. All right, now we got 2. All right, so we only got 2 situations, and the record is 1-1. The average score is 34-25. But normally, when you get those other big name schools, you'll get more of occurrences into the database, right? And we're looking for the exact situation. We're looking for Tulsa at home against a team with a 50 to 59.9 win percentage, right? So here, their cycle is neutral 5 days, so that means they're either 1-2, 2-1. So in football, the cycle in football is not like in the high volume sports, NHL, NBA. In football, it's 1-2, 2-1 to be in a neutral cycle. To be in a neutral cycle in MLB, NBA, NHL, it's 4-3, 3-4, right? Now, the value index is what you're looking for, and I'm looking for the underdog value today. I'm going to show you a tool. And there's not many. So what I'm looking for, and here's the example. You got the value index. I got Tulsa -3.5. My line is -4. So Tulsa's undervalued. Now, when you look at Temple is +4. And we had them at 10.8. So you know what? They're undervalued. Temple's a good value play right here. All right. Because normally they're 10.8 in this spot, and you're getting +3.5. So what does the bookmaker know? That maybe they're giving Temple a little bit of respect here, right? Same thing over here. You got 6.5, and then you got 9.5. All right. So where is it? Colorado. I thought I had Colorado, and I'm looking for the underdogs. All right. So Cincinnati +2.5. I had them at +7. All right, +7. And what I'm looking for is an under, something that's under their 3.5. All right. So I'm looking for Temple. Like if I have Temple at +3.5, I'm looking at the value under, because if you look at here, -4, that's undervalue. And here's there's an undervalue. Here's another right here. Okay, there's not available. -2.5, undervalued, right? But I'm looking for something that's under on the underdog. And I've been looking this morning. There's not too many. All right. So if I look at Louisiana Tech, UTEP's the underdog. All right. +1, it's +5. Nope, doesn't fit that criteria. I got Oregon State. I'm not going to do the fair. I'm just going to do the underdogs. Utah +3.5. I got 4. I'm looking for. So if the underdog is, let's say in this case, 3.5, I'm looking into value index, anything that's lower than 3.5. And so far, we haven't found it yet. But I did find it right here. All right. Colorado. So you can see here, -21.5. Colorado +21.5. They're under at 16.1. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. So let's mark Colorado. And what we're doing is we're looking for those teams that are under the number of their value, right? So Colorado is 1. You got Utah. Okay, so they're -6. So +6. Nope, that doesn't fit the criteria. +6.5. Nope, doesn't fit that criteria. Kentucky +1. Nope, for Florida. Penn State 27.5. Okay, Northwestern. Here's another one. Northwestern fits that criteria at +27.5. And what would you say? +21 for Colorado. All right, let's see the next one. Nope, doesn't fit that criteria. All right, James Madison. Nope. So we're looking for the underdog that's below the value index. So Texas A&M 6.5. So that's +6.5. Nope, it's over. 21. Okay, here's another one. UAB +21. It seems like all the numbers, right? All the big ones. All right, Minnesota -11. So 11. No, it's 11.5. Central Michigan 7.5. Oh, really close. But you know what? We'll take it. Eastern Michigan +7.5. It's under the value of 7.5. Now shop around, see if that number is if it's different, then take it out. -3.5. So +3.5. All right. So there you go. Virginia fits that criteria. All right, so we got +3.5. And again, next Monday we'll do the show and we'll let you know how this experiment worked. Right. All right, so we don't have that. +12.5. All right, Arizona State +12.5. All right, Kansas. Nope. Nebraska +17. Yep. So Nebraska +9.5. No, +17.5. All right. And we're looking for underdogs, right? This is a good way to find underdog value. And we'll see if there's any value. Georgia, 14.5. All right. So Auburn +14.5. We got, let me see, 22, Georgia Tech. So 22.5. Yeah. So we got Bowling Green. And I'm going to show you another way of this is one form of process of elimination. And then from all these teams, I'm going to go to another one that you don't want to miss. I'm going to show you something really cool here. All right. Let me see. So yeah, Bowling Green plus, what did I say? 22.5. All right. So we got the next one. We got Central Florida. Yeah. So Baylor plus 12.5. Baylor plus 12.5. You got Maryland. Nope, that doesn't fit the criteria. Marshall. Nope. You got Ball State. Nope. You got Texas Tech. Yep. So Houston, we have a problem. Sort of. Plus 8.5. You got UMass. Arkansas State. Nope. Purdue. Nope. Navy. Nope. For South Florida. Northern Western. Nope. Memphis and Boise State. Nope. Vanderbilt. Plus 13.5. Nope. New Mexico, Wyoming, nope. Hawaii plus 11.5, nope. You got LSU, nope. You got Oregon, Stanford, okay, Stanford plus 27.5. And then we have, let me see here, nope. Texas State, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, nope. Iowa State plus, yep, so Iowa State. And I'll tell you in a second. You're saying, Ron, how do you get your value index? Like, where do you get that number? Like, people will say, okay, Ron, where do you get like -18 plus 6.7? So what we do in the database is that we anytime. So for instance, Oklahoma's at home against another B-type team like Iowa State. what's the average, what was the line, and then we average it out. So when Oklahoma's at home against teams that are like each other, right, strength of schedule teams, that's what the average line is. So perception versus reality, right? Rice -3.5 against East Carolina. Nope. Coastal Carolina. Nope. South Carolina. Nope. Michigan State, Iowa. Michigan State. Nope. Notre Dame against Duke. So Duke plus nope. And then we got Charlotte. Yeah. So Charlotte. All right. Charlotte makes the criteria. Plus. What is it? Plus 23.5. Kind of like all these points too we're getting. It's all high numbers when I'm looking at the numbers. Plus 23, plus 20, plus 27, plus 8, plus 12, plus 22, plus 14. Which is, it's, hey, trying to find the caramel secret is a lifetime mission. Hey, anytime you're trying to find an edge in sports betting, it's like finding the caramel secret. It's a mission, right? Yeah, all right. UL Monroe plus 13. Yep. All right. So UL Monroe. And the thing I also like about this exercise, it's not like Alabama. It's not like, Michigan, Ohio State. It's not like the big names, right? That's what I kind of like. 12 points. All right. West Virginia. But you're saying, well, Ron, you're getting to a lot of picks here. Yep. I'm going to show you guys in just 1 second how we can cut that in half. All right. So San Diego State against Air Force. So San Diego State. Nope. Alabama, Mississippi State. Mississippi plus 14. All right. Ole Miss. Oh, Mississippi State. Sorry. Mississippi State plus 14.5. And then you got Arizona plus 18. Yeah. So Arizona. And then, you can find your system, now that you got some form of process of elimination, then you can turn your twist to it, right? You can bring your twist to it. And then the last one is Fresno, Nevada. And so Nevada plus 24. All right, Nevada plus 24. All right, so how many teams is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 teams. You're saying, hey, Ron, I thought this exercise was about to limit my betting, right? I'm not spending $19,000 on a college football Saturday. All right. Let's go to step number 2. And what you want to do, and you guys know in the Raymond Report, we're all about the law of average theory. So go to your law of average, Ron's favorites, law of average, and then you go to college football. And I got this from my good friend Ross Benjamin. And what you're looking for is you're looking for a team that won straight up and against the point spread versus a team that lost straight up and against the point spread last week, right? So what you want to do is you take all these teams that we just talked about: Nevada, Arizona, Mississippi State, West Virginia, UL Monroe, Charlotte, Iowa State, Stanford, Houston, Baylor, Bowling Green, Auburn, Nebraska, Arizona, Virginia, Colorado, Northwestern, UAB, and Eastern Michigan. And you're looking for a team that won straight up and against the point spread versus a team that lost straight up against the point spread. So Tulsa, Temple's not there. Middleton, Sam Houston, not there. North Carolina, Texas, El Paso. If I miss one, mention it to me, because I'm just going off the top of my head here. Texas, UTEP, no. BYU, no. Oregon State, I don't think I said that. Bowling Green, yeah, I did say Bowling Green. Yeah, okay, so Bowling Green fits the criteria. All right, so there you go. See the process of elimination? Florida, no. Mississippi State, yeah, Mississippi State fits that criteria. And the thing is, when you think about it, you got to think like a bettor and a bookmaker, right? What do you think bettors are thinking? Oh, when recreational sports bettors, they come in, they say, hey, well, who did Mississippi State play last week? Did they win or lose? Oh, they lost. In Alabama, they won. Oh, Alabama's going to kill them. That's the thought process, right? But you don't think the bookmakers know that? So, you got to use almost reverse psychology to play into the bookmakers' mindset of how they're thinking. And you got Indiana against Maryland. No, we didn't say. Did I say Indiana? No, No. All right, Troy. Yeah, I didn't say Troy. Old Dominion. Nope. Vanderbilt. See, one thing about doing this exercise, I shouldn't do 50,000 games before, because now all the scorecasts I thought about are all in my head now. All right, Vanderbilt. Nope. Arizona. I did say Arizona. Yeah. So Arizona fits that criteria, and they're playing Washington this week. Good luck with that. Boston College. No. Eastern Michigan. Did I say? Yeah. So Eastern Michigan. All right. Ball State. Did I say Ball State? No, I didn't say Ball State. Texas Tech. Nope. UMass, South Alabama, Oklahoma, Notre Dame, Tulane. Did I say Tulane? No, I don't think so. SMU. No. Kent State, Coastal Carolina, California, Wyoming, Hawaii. There you go. So of all those teams, there's only 4 picks. See the process of elimination? So according to this exercise, we're going to go with Arizona plus 18.5. We're going to go with Bowling Green, right? Bowling Green plus 22.5. We're going to go with Mississippi State plus 14.5. And then Eastern Michigan plus 7.5. All right, hey, you know what? For shirts and giggles, let's see how this exercise pans out. And it to me, it's about value. I'm looking for value. I'm looking for a bit of a contrarian angle too. You know, like when you're thinking contrarian, you can have a contrarian angle by looking at it and feeling the temperature in the room, right? In the when you look at the schedule. You know, or a good example is like, say the NFL. Let me take a look at the NFL. Let's see if there's any law of average plays for the NFL. I'll show you one, a game where you're like, right away you say, I'm not touching that game with a 10-foot pole, right? Let me see. This could probably fit into that mindset game, right? Pittsburgh, Houston, but you know, the line's -3, so really, it doesn't scare you off. Where's a line a game that would scare you off? Let me see here. Okay, San Francisco, Arizona. How many people do you think are really going to bet Arizona to win this weekend, right? That could be like a contrarian mindset play where you think 90% of the public's on San Fran. A good example is last week, Dallas against Arizona, right? The whole world was on Dallas. Nobody gave Arizona a shot or a chance. And maybe the same could be said with Indianapolis at Baltimore. Dallas, no. Chargers, Vegas. Let me see. Kansas City Jets, right? I think Kansas City Jets fits that criteria. So when it comes to contrarian mindset, think about this. The 90% of the public is going to probably bet Kansas City, and who's going to bet the Jets at +10, right? Maybe Jet fans and family and friends, but the Jets and the let me see here. The Jets, who did I say the other one was? Did I said the other one? Carolina, San Francisco, right, against Arizona. So Jets and Arizona fits that mindset of contrarian way thinking, right? So you need a process of elimination. So we'll keep an eye out on those college football plays this weekend. Arizona plus 18.5, Bowling Green 22.5, Mississippi State plus 14, and then Eastern Michigan. And you know what I like about these plays? These are plays that mainstream media is not talking about. Like, nobody's talking about the Bowling Green game this weekend, right? Nobody's talking about Eastern Michigan unless you live in Eastern Michigan. And those are like what I call the under the radar type games where lines are sharp. Like, this ain't the 90s anymore. This ain't 2000 where, you know, it took you a little longer to get the news on certain football teams on the, you know, the from the local reporters. This is the internet. This, you know, ChatGPT can just, you know, do everything in 10 seconds. So it's a little bit different. So your approach to sports handicapping has to be a little bit different. All right, let's get on with the stats and trends. And always remember, trends are your friends, but they don't pay the rent.
We talking about practice, not a game. We talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that?
It's not silly, because we are talking about the 80% Club Stats, brought to you by your friends right here at ATSstats.com. Did you know the over is 11-2 for the Arizona Diamondbacks as an away team, coming off a win in Game 2 of a series this season? That's good for 84.6%. The New York Yankees, man, they just wish they can play September, because they are 10-2 this year in the month of September. The over 10-2 for the Twinkies as a home team, coming off an American League West Division opponent this season. And let's go to the old 80% Club Stats for college football. This is my favorite one here. Go to old 80% Club Stats. And let's go take a look at some of the college football stats and trends this weekend. Utah is an underdog month September, 19-3 against the point spread. That's pretty good right there. And man, if you go to the old 80% Club Stats, again, we got more stats you can shake a stick at. And it's just like, what's that old saying? Paralysis by analysis, or analysis by paralysis, or whatever. You know what the saying is. Ball State as a road underdog during week 4 to 8 after a non-conference game, coming off an ATS loss. 9-1 against the point spread, only 2-8 straight up, and 3-7 to the under. And here's for the Fighting Irish fans. And you know what? If you like ATS, you're going to love this for the Fighting Irish. When Notre Dame's a road favorite, during week 8 to 4 after a non-conference game like Ohio State, and they allowed 17 points or more against in that game. They are 12-1 straight up and 11-2 against the point spread in their next game, 9-4 to the over. And again, somebody said over Duke Notre Dame. I think that could be a good play. All right, before we go, let's get I almost forgot the CFL, right? I can't forget the CFL. All right, Ron, why do you like UConn this weekend? You know why I like UConn this weekend? Because they fall under my radar teams at the beginning of the year. So let me go back to my dashboard. And, this team, again, Jim Moore Jr. is not a dumb coach. This team won a lot of football games last year. And let's go take a look at their the Ram report. And let's go to a UConn. And let's go take a look at their number. +6 at home. When are you going to get an underdog most of the time at, with plus numbers, right, in college football? So you're looking at the numbers. Yeah, everything from an analytical point of view is going to really scare you away from this. The chance of covering here is at 88%. They're on a 3-game losing streak, but here, look at this. Anytime UConn's at home against a team like another C-type team, 7-2 against the point spread. So I kind of like do I think UConn's going to win? Probably not. Do I think they cover? I like their way of covering. And when they played Utah State in their history, they're 2-0 against the number, so I like that fact. So a lot of indicators pointing towards last season. You can see it was a 31-20 win at Utah State. So they do have film on this team. So anytime, you're playing this back and forth type thing and you played at Utah State last year and you're getting that team back, you have film on them. Like, hey, who's got film on Utah State, right? With your system that you played them last year. So that's why I kind of like Connecticut this weekend. They played them last year. You know what you're getting out of Utah State from a schematic point of view. So you're getting them at your home, and we'll see what happens this weekend. All right, let's go to CFL and the CFL Football League. Let's go CFL. Toronto Argonauts taking on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, and that game will be played on Friday Night Football. -2.5 is the line, and look at that. This Winnipeg is going to be in a nasty mood, losing to Hamilton 29-23 last week. 50.5 the total. I'm going to go with the Blue Bombers in this one, 24-23. You know what? This could be a Grey Cup matchup right here. To me, I think these are the two best teams in the CFL. 24-23 is the final for Winnipeg. And if you like Winnipeg, take them on the money line. And if you like the total, I got it landing on 48.2. I have it going under the total. And Argonauts, man, 5-0 in their last 5 games, 3-2 against the number. And the Kogel in this game is at 48%. BC Lions taking on the Saskatchewan Roughriders. I got the Leos winning this one, 26-17, over-under at 43.8. BC coming off a 37-29 win over Edmonton, while the Saskatchewan Roughriders losing here in Ottawa last week, 36-28. So they're going to be in a bad mood. They're losing to the worst team in the CFL. Chad Kelly's also out for the Toronto Toronto Argonauts. Thanks, Daryl. And Saskatchewan on a 3-game losing streak, while BC riding a 3-game high. Ottawa taking on the Montreal Alouettes. This Ottawa team, I'll give them credit. They fight. They're a scrappy team. They keep fighting. Very rarely do you see an Ottawa team get blown out. But I kind of like the fact that they try to stay and win most games. It's just, unfortunately for them, they just end up on the short end of the sticks many times. I got Montreal winning 26-23, the over-under at 49.3. And the final game on Saturday, 7 p.m. kickoff at Tim Hortons Field. Speaking of Tim Hortons, hello. Hey. This prediction brought to you by Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons Field at Calgary taking on Hamilton. -1.5 is the line. 25-22 is the forecast we have. 48.2 is the total. And we do have it going over the total. Hamilton coming off a big loss last week to Toronto, 29-14. While the Stampeders, they lost to the Montreal Alouettes 28-11 in their last game 6 days ago. And they are 1-4 straight up in their last 5. While the Tabbies, they're 3-2 in their last 5. And I had the line value at -5.5 for Hamilton. All right. Woo. Man, I'm running out of voice here. Hey, Alouettes win this game and Red Blacks win next week in back-to-back, says Daryl Turner and his other brother, Daryl. All right. Hey, you know what? Good show today.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. We'll see if those, our research and development team can come up with some wins here with Arizona +18.5, Bowling Green +22.5, Mississippi State. Was it Mississippi State? I can't remember. Was it Mississippi State? Yeah, 14.5. I got to put the ST right there, because there is 2 Mississippis. MISSI, SSI, PPI, +14.5, and Eastern Michigan +7.5. and we'll see if that works out. All right, folks, have yourself a great rest of your Thirsty Thursday. I'm not that thirsty anymore. And Gil, the Thrill Melendez will be back on the show. Hopefully our friggin' internet can stay up. And tomorrow, because we've been having some bad luck when Gil's on the show. And don't forget, you can follow Gil here at the website or at his website at the Frogtown Sports. Click on the double coverage report. It's going to take you to his website, Frogtown Sports. And you can get Gil's tip sheet at his website. And it looks like he's got a nice little promo going. For $49.99, you can get the double coverage report at his website just by signing up right now at frogtownsports.com. Woo! Hey, I need a Ric Flair. Give me a Ric Flair. Woo! All right, folks, I'll be back here on a Football Friday, and tomorrow we'll run down the NFL, and we'll do the Major League Baseball, and we'll have some fun. Hey, we'll have fun, right, Rex?
Can we have fun? You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
And on that note, Harry Carey, get us out of here.
Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey from Wrigley Field on a beautiful day for baseball.
To be the man, you've got to beat the man.
Joe owned the Chiefs.
Owns.
I don't know.
Struggling.
Can we have fun? You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
Straight cash, homie.
Holy cow!
It's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
What the hell's going on out here?
Woo!
If you smile, but the rock is cooking.
That's the bottom line, cause Stone Cold said so.
Let's go to eat a goddamn snack.